Go New Warriors! In this video, we're going to be talking about the Ice Archon Bloodmage that I've taken to endgame, and I want to just go over in quick detail what the build is about, and I want to make this video more condensed, that way players can just partake in it, use what's necessary, and then move on. And so I will also leave a max roll link in the description to therefore help you if need be on the fly. So that being said, we are rocking again with Bloodmage, and so the first thing you want to have, of course, is Life Remnants. Now I've chosen Harmonic Remnants 1, Remnant Potency 1, as well as Clarity 1. Clarity is going to be important because this build will use a lot of mana, and so ensuring that you have mana regen is always going to be important. These two are mainly for your remnants to be collected more quickly, but also giving them a little bit more potency. Nothing too crazy, but it's just good to have on the fly. This one here is going to be important. Reap is one of the newer staff that you'll equip, or rather obtain, as you play through the game. And what Reap does is it conjures a bloody scythe that sweeps across the targeted area, dealing physical damage to enemies and applying critical weakness. Now this here is really important, the crit weakness, and that is because we are really focusing around building enough crit through our spell damage to do more damage. And so we're rocking with Soul Drain, Bleed 3, as well as Life Drain. And so Soul Drain, this is obviously very self-explanatory. Get more mana. Same with Life Drain, get more life. Bleed 3, it's really nice to just bleed. We get 100% chance to inflict bleeding, makes our life easier, and therefore we can take full advantage of the situation when we're culling enemies. Now, we're moving on to the creme de la creme, the more important aspects. So Ice Nova and Frost Darts are two of your biggest DPS notables. Ice Nova is really good here. We're rocking with Deep Freeze, Zenith 1, as well as Rapid Casting 2. And so Ice Nova is going to be perhaps your main damage dealer, or rather your main clearance option, because it's going to be the thing that really carries you all the way through. It freezes enemies, and then you finish them off with the likes of Frost Darts, which has Rapid Casting 2, Cold Penetration, Elemental Focus, as well as Cold Mastery. Next is Ravenous Swarm. This is a new persistent buff, and this states that while active and enemies are present, swarms of insects emerge from their body to pursue nearby enemies. The swarms are untargetable minions that attack and poison enemies. This is really fantastic, and I love this new persistent buff, as it's really just passive damage. You don't have to think about it. They just unleash themselves onto enemies whenever you need them, and it's great because you can just apply damage, you get free poison, and it just erases enemies' life very quickly. So I have Bleed 1, Rapid Attacks 1, as well as Armor Demolisher 2. And then we have Snap. So Snap is going to work alongside the likes of Ice Nova. And Snap is really great because what this does is it's going to create an infusion remnant. And we're going to be collecting a lot of cold remnants because that's what's going to really buff the damage for our Ice Nova as well as our Frost Darts. So these three in tandem are really vital to the build. And so I really recommend that you really level up very quickly to get Ice Nova, Frost Darts, and Snap into your build right away. So we're rocking with Rapid Casting 2, Magnified Area 1, as well as Elemental Focus. Then Frost Bomb. Frost Bomb is more of a supplement. This isn't necessarily important. You can easily get through the campaign all the way to endgame simply by using just Ice Nova and Frost Darts. These two have carried me so far, it's not even funny. They're really important to have. But Frost Bomb is really great just because it applies more elemental exposure, and that's always really nice when it comes to dealing freeze damage. Faster freeze means faster kills. And then Arctic Armor. This, of course, is a no-brainer too, as Arctic Armor is so vital for your defenses to stay alive, and so having this as well is going to be really essential for your survival. Next, we have Freeze, the new support lineage called Urok's Smelting. And so what this does is it supports any skill causing armor break and inflicts to be stronger. Fully breaking armor with supported skills permanently increases the physical damage taken by those affected up to a cap. And so it states that fully breaking armor with supported skills causes affected targets to permanently take 2% increased physical damage up to 20%. And it also says supported skills break 70% more armor. So this is a really interesting new support lineage. I actually kind of like it just because Arctic Armor does so much damage for them touching you, and this just breaks armor right away. So this is really fantastic to have. Next, we have Bleed 1. And then we have Elemental Weakness. This also plays a big role in the build, as you want to always make sure that you're lowering resistances. And so we have Focus Curse, Rapid Casting 1, and Cold Mastery. Now, Mana Remnants, you don't need to worry so much about any specific gems, because this is primarily just to ensure that you have more mana, because mana is always going to be vital, especially when you're going to be maximizing damage output with Frost Bomb and your snaps and your Frost Darts. All these in tandem are going to take a lot of mana, so making sure you have some extra remnants on the fly is always nice. And so, that being said, we're going to move on to the skill tree. So the passive skill tree is as follows here. For those, again, who want to see a little bit more extra detail pertaining to the actual full tree, I won't go into every single node, but I'll point out the more notable options. But again, look forward to a max roll in the description so you can check it out for yourself. For now, I'll just go over, again, the more important aspects. And first, you have Sangomancy, and I've opted to go with Bleed on Critical Chance as well as Blood Barbs. This is really good because now, for every elemental damage you inflict, this also contributes to your bleed magnitude. And so this goes back to what I was saying earlier pertaining to Reap. We have bleed across multiple aspects of our build, and Blood Barbs helps in that area as well. And then we have Sun of the Flesh, where our base crit hit chance for spells is 15%, and we've just built into more crit damage over time. So I haven't hit the third ascendancy just yet, but the one that you want to aim for is Gore Spike. This is because as you gain more life, you gain 1% increase crit damage bonus, and that's always going to be vital. This will make it so that you hit very hard. And so once I get to this point, I'll most likely do like another showcase. I won't make a long video for this, but I'll just showcase the build in action as we go. So now to zoom out, I'll give you a good glimpse of what the tree looks like. Again, I want to talk about the more notable points and nothing too crazy. But again, like I said, you want to get some crit damage in there. So any critical spell damage bonus is always nice. Any spell damage is great, but of course the notable option here is going to be your Ice Archon. This is the Archon of the Blizzard. So is gain Ice Archon when your energy shield or energy shield recharge begins. So this is really, really good. So if you're going to be playing this build, this is going to be so vital because this buff is really nice, as it basically makes you immune to chill and freeze while affected by the Ice Archon. And the buff duration can be extended, which I've done here. So focus on your buff duration when you do have the chance. Also, maxing out the entire cold node at the top, just next to the Archon node. This is going to be really important to make sure your freezing, your chilling is at its highest. And then just trying to pump out as much intelligence as you can. Get some bleed magnitude in there, some percentages in there. And of course, as I mentioned, getting more duration on your Archon buff. That way you last longer in your Archon state, and you can really make use and take benefit from that buff itself. And that's generally what the focus is on for the whole build. You want to just get as much spell damage in there, some cold damage, freeze buildup, chill magnitude, some bleed, and you should be good to go. And of course, crit. And other than that, that's about it for the skill tree.
Because I'm obsessed with it.
In this final section, I want to just go over quickly the attributes to look out for when you are leveling up. So you want to be looking for things like cold damage, spell damage. Cast speed, I think, is going to be your priority, because as long as you have cast speed, everything else will fall into place, because that's going to really amp up your DPS. Make sure to get that. Freeze buildup is a bonus. If you can get it, fantastic. And another bonus too is plus level to all cold spell skills. If you can get that one, you are going to be cooking for pretty much early all the way to end game. Next, you want to be looking for things like extra mana. If you can boost up and beef up your intelligence, that's also great. Resistances are always fantastic. Anything to energy shield, great. Movement speed, bonus. Life regen, wonderful to have, because you're going to be constantly on the fly taking damage anyway, so getting your life regen back is always nice. And then other bonuses, things like spirit. If you have extra spirit, great. If not, nothing crazy. But again, cast speed is quintessential. That is going to be number one. Energy shield, max life, max mana, these are all great to have. But definitely make sure you get cast speed. Otherwise, you're going to run the risk of slowing down, but also dying very quickly, because without that extra speed, that DPS is going to diminish and you're not going to be able to take out bosses as quickly. So make sure to have that. And that's about it. So again, if you want to see a detailed breakdown of everything, I'll leave a max roll link in the description so you can take part in it. And for more build guides, I'll be making another build. Actually, there's one in progress right now. And so I wanted to put this video out first before I jump onto the next build. And so that being said, New Warriors, as always, stay strong, keep fighting, and may the force be with you all always. Until next time, take care.